everybody, my name is Allison and I am the Director of Risk Tolerance at Simpler Trading as well as an options specialist, and I'm here to give you an update on my $500 challenge account. So overall in this account, if we go to my account statement, you can see that so far I've had about 18 trades or orders, I should say, that I've opened and closed. I've only taken one loss so far on SMAR, which is up here. It was about an 18-cent loss, I believe. So very small loss, only about an $18 loss on the contract. Otherwise, all of my other trades have locked in profits along the way. So far for the account, just in a little less than a week's time, I am up $497. So started with $500 of capital risk, up $497. I've almost grown the account 100%. Cannot complain about that. The trades that I still currently hold right now are an EA, which is being a slight problem child. So that one, I'm watching very closely. We'll see how it ends up working out into the next week or two if we can't get that back up to being profitable or at least break even. And Microsoft, which is currently showing me a profit. I have an order out there for $1.70. May or may not work that order a little bit lower if I need to, if I feel the need to get a fill. But I still like Microsoft to the upside. I still think that looks good. And like I said, with EA, it's definitely one I'm watching. Depending on how we go into the close today, I might consider taking some of my capital and cost averaging the trade. So far, it's looking pretty good, so I might consider doing that, lowering my cost basis. It does mean I'm putting a little bit more capital risk into it, but the benefit, of course, is I reduced my overall trade price to where I don't need as much of a bounce higher to get back to break even or ideally a profit, right? So EA, that's something I'm considering doing today. But overall, in the account, just to give you all the stats on the trades that I've taken, which, like I said, you can see all my trades here. If you want to, if you want to pause the video and just take a look at all the details, you can. But these are all the trades I've opened and closed. I've taken so far $497 of profits. Commission cost so far as of right now have been about $26.91. So not too bad on commissions. Easily is covered by my locked in profits, still allowing me to be net ahead. The capital in use currently between Microsoft and NA on these two trades, I have about $324 of capital in use, which still leaves me $646 of capital that I can put into new trade ideas for today. So we talked about this on the Twitch stream some for those of you who are able to join me live there. But the few trade ideas that I'm looking at for this week are on NVDA. If we pull up the chart here, NVDA is looking good to the upside. I like the weekly chart signal. Here we had a nice bullish divergent bar last week, which usually means that we will probably see some sort of higher high within the next few trading bars. I usually give it 3 bars to work out in. So in NVDA's case, because we're looking at it on a weekly chart, 3 weeks for it to work out. So I'm looking for a high back up to 367.27, if not higher. So I like that one. That's one I'm considering putting a trade on. Another one that I like to the upside based on the weekly time frame is INTC. This week, it's making a nice bullish divergent bar. The trend on the weekly chart is starting to turn bullish. When we go back to the daily chart, the daily chart is looking bullish, starting to print some bullish signals into Friday. So this one's looking pretty good. I'm looking at a trade idea on that one to play to the upside. And then for those of you who know, there have been some excellent run into earnings trades, especially on symbols that have a high short interest percent float. And what that is short interest percent float is basically telling you how many, out of all the shares being traded, how many of them are betting against the company, anticipating the price to move lower. And when that short interest percent float is above 10%, meaning 10% of the shares are betting that it will move to the downside, or right, if it's greater than 10%. That usually is a good sign when you're in a bullish trend, especially when you're going into an earnings announcement, to actually look at going long on a trade, because oftentimes you'll see the price run higher. Some of those hedge funds and other traders that are shorting the symbol will be forced to cover their trades, and that helps to push the price to the upside. So a very short-term trade that we could consider jumping into in this account is Chewy. I would only be playing this into the announcement on Tuesday. So Tuesday before close, which is the 9th, I would be out of this trade completely, ideally for that profit. Another one that is in a similar setup is Fizz. Fizz actually has, last I checked, over a 50% short interest percent float. So it's rather high. Earnings isn't until later this month, so we have a bit more time on this compared to Chewy. And as you can see, it's remaining in a bullish trend right now. So those are the 4 ideas I'm kind of playing around with right now for trades I want to get into to hold over the weekend, other than the ones that I currently own. So I'll see which ones I end up jumping into, see what the capital costs are and things like that. I probably won't put the remaining $646 of capital into new trade ideas. I like to always keep a little bit of a cushion in case I need to manage, which is, exactly what EA is kind of showing me right now. But for this update, I cannot complain where we're at. Like I said, we're up almost 100% in the account itself in just a little over a week of starting the trades. And we have plenty of capital to start looking for new trade ideas with. We have some great potential trades here with NVDA, with Chewy, with Fizz, with INTC. So I'm really looking forward to see how we can continue to grow this account. And please feel free to continue to follow me along on my journey, whether it's here on YouTube or if you're joining me live for my Twitch sessions. If you want an update on when I will be on Twitch, please feel free to follow me on Twitter at Allison_trades. Here is my profile here. So feel free to follow me. I usually post, like I did just now, when I'll be on Twitch. If you want to follow along live, if you have questions about the challenge or you want maybe a more in-depth video, I certainly stream a lot longer. Today's stream, I think, was about 1 hour and 30 minutes that we went for, talking about the account and the trade ideas. But can't complain with where we're at now. We did some beautiful trades in there. I kind of have a free lotto trade on SPX today in the challenge account. Took a trade yesterday on that with the 31.30, 31.35 long debit call vertical spread. Turned that into a butterfly where my worst case scenario on this trade, I'm walking away with a $3 profit. Best case scenario, if SPX really starts to just sell back off to 31.35 again, which I'm not really anticipating. But if it does sell back off into that level, my max profit potential is actually $8 on the trade. Either way, I'm walking away with a profit, so very happy there. And the nice thing about this trade is if I don't manage this or if EA goes to a complete loss, it technically covers the risk here and still allows me an overall profit to lock in. So very happy with where I stand right now in the account. Once again, commission costs haven't been that much. That was kind of something I was watching to see whether or not it would eat up a lot of my profits, and so far it's been great. It's been very little of my profits taken up by commissions. So we'll keep going. We'll see where we can head from here, but that's where my account currently stands. Thanks guys for joining me, and I can't wait to update y'all in another week to where hopefully we're seeing some more profits on the table and some more trade ideas to potentially jump into. Have a great rest of your trading day and week. As always, may the trade be with you, and I look forward to talking to y'all next time. Bye.